just to feel alive. Faith and desire.
Let's talk about the Canton Fair. A common misconception that I think a lot of people have about the Canton Fair is that it's still this amazing fair where you can go and source every single product on the planet and come up with new ideas for a crowdfunding campaign or new products to sell on Amazon. I guess just to give a little bit of background, the Canton Fair is the biggest fair in the world, trade show in the world for manufacturing, and it happens in Guangzhou, my city, twice a year, usually in the spring and also in the fall. And it is a very, very good opportunity for you to go and find manufacturers if, one, you already know the product that you already are selling a particular product and you already know exactly what you want. Two, if you want to go and find existing products that are already selling on Amazon and you want to maybe get some ideas of how you can change those products. And maybe, because all of the products at the Canton Fair are already selling on Amazon, the vast majority of them. Like, you're not going to go there and find innovative products. So if you think you can go there and find something and make changes to it and you want to do research that way, then it's a good opportunity. The third thing is, if you have sort of like the money behind you to compete on products that are already doing well. So you could go there and find a product that is doing very well on Amazon, and if you're able to compete financially, then, you know, the Canton Fair would be a good place to source. For me, I think that most people are looking to use the Canton Fair as a place for idea generation, which is a big mistake. And the second mistake is, it's a half mistake, is people just rely on the Canton Fair to go and source their suppliers. While you will meet a bunch of suppliers from a lot of different industries there, it is a good way to find suppliers, but it would be much better, and this is a much smarter way of doing it, is a month before you go to the fair, do some research on Alibaba, contact a few old global sources, contact a few suppliers, get in contact with them, start to talk about your product, set up visits with them, and simultaneously when you go to visit the fair, you can then take the time to go and visit the suppliers that you've already established a relationship with, like actually go to their factories. Because there's a couple things that happen. Like, you're not going to go to the fair. Maybe in the past, some people might have been able to go to the fair and place an order on the same day, but that's not really how it works now. It takes much longer to set up an order. You want to make sure that you're hammering out the details. So you're going to go to the fair and you'll meet the supplier, but then you still need 2 to 3 weeks of, back and forth with them to set up an order. So why not do that before you come to China? And then at the same time, you already have factories lined up, because you're not going to go to the fair every single day. And you don't necessarily need to spend the entire day every day at the fair. So you can go and visit other factories, find new ones, and then give yourself maybe 2 to 3 weeks after the fair to be able to establish relationships. Another thing you have to keep in mind is the Canton Fair is really an opportunity for factories that are not based in Guangdong, which is the province that Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Dongguan are in. A lot of those factories are really far north China, like at least a 2 to 3 hour plane ride from this area of the country. And, the thing is, a lot of those factories don't get much exposure on Alibaba because a lot of the factories in Guangdong are more successful and they have more money, so they're able to get their rankings up on Alibaba much higher. And just in general, most people are going to look for factories in Guangdong because the vast majority of the factories are here. But there are really good factories up north, they just don't get as much traffic to their websites, right? So there's a good opportunity for them to showcase their product, which means that you might come here thinking, hey, I'm going to find, 3-4 suppliers and visit them in the same week. Well, you might find a factory that's closer to Shanghai, you might find another factory that's in Qingdao, you might find another factory that's in Guangdong, you might find another factory that's in the middle of China. So like, China's a huge country. Like, you're going to be flying, 2 hours, 3 hours here, 2 hours there. So like, you want to sort of plan ahead of time, and then also give yourself enough time after the fair to follow up with factories. Another important thing is a lot of quite often at the fair you get quoted prices that are higher than normal, because a lot of the factories go like, okay, this guy is coming, or this lady is coming to the fair, and they're looking to find a supplier right now. They probably haven't done the research. They probably don't know what the market price is. Of course, you can negotiate at the fair, but how much time are you going to spend negotiating? So they kind of mark up the prices. Like, it's expensive to go to the fair. They know that people that go there probably are looking to buy on the spot, or at least are very, very serious. So what you should do is go there, use a different email address. Like, if you're going to give them your business card, the email address on your business card should be a different name. And then after the fair, contact them from another email address and say, hey, my buddy or my business partner or my friend in China knows about your factory and introduced your factory to me because they think that you guys make suitable product. Can I get a quotation on X, Y, and Z, right? So like, that way you're probably going to get a lower price than the price that was quoted to you at the Canton Fair. So again, don't be lazy. Take the time to do research before the fair. Don't rely on the Canton Fair. The Canton Fair is not what it used to be. Take the time to build relationships with suppliers prior to coming to China. So at the same time, simultaneously, you're going to the fair, but you're also visiting suppliers that already know exactly what you want. And then give yourself a little bit of time after the fair to set up orders if you do find a manufacturer at the Canton Fair. And don't rely on the Canton Fair for product research, idea generation, unless, one, like I said, you're willing to invest money into redesigning a product completely, or you have enough money or enough capital to compete with an already existing product in the marketplace. What's up, YouTube? Thanks for watching the video. If you like this kind of content, I have a special gift for you. It's called the Definitive Sourcing Guide Arsenal. It's our 4-step sourcing guide. The link is in the description below. Of course, we also have the Made in China podcast at sourcefindasia.com/Made in China. Link is in the description below. And of course, subscribe.